Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with the Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. I am back with another prophetic message. Whew, last night was very busy. I received 7 messages, but I'm going to only do 3 in this post and do the rest of them in another post. Anyway, so with all that being said, for those of you who are new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. And for those of you who are returning back, I want to say welcome back. Keep in mind that these energies could be happening right now to you, or keep in mind it could be happening in a few days, a couple of weeks, a month from now. So keep that in mind as well too. Or it could be happening to, excuse me, y'all. Or it could be happening to someone that is, either it could be happening to you, could be happening to somebody that's close to you, maybe a romantic partner, a friend, a co-worker, a boss, supervisor, family member. Take it how it resonates. Anyway, so with all that being said, let's get right into the message. So, okay. Okay, so the first message that I received last night was, this came to me in the form, as if there was a dividing coming, should I say. I know I've been hearing people talking about the Great Divide or whatever the case may be. So what is that implying? I'm not quite sure, but I'm just going to basically, it could be different for everyone, but I'm going to describe to you how I saw it, in the dream. So with all that being said, let's dive right in. So in this dream, it came in a form as if, imagine like I'm on the streets of New York. I'm just using it as an example. And if any of you guys ever been to New York City, you know, the streets can run kind of at least somewhere near the, what is it? Is it Madison Square Garden or the, what area is that? Near the, oh God. Oh God, okay, maybe I shouldn't use that. Okay, so just bear with me. If any of you guys ever seen, like, I guess the streets of New York City, or if you ever visited New York City, just imagine like their streets being very, very long, like their streets are long. And anyway, so let's just imagine like we're on 5th Street or whatever the case may be, 5th Avenue or whatever the case. So I noticed that on 5th Avenue, these type of people were living their life a different type of way. So what I saw was, it was kind of like people were sitting in traffic, in other words, but these people were sitting in traffic and it's almost like they was looking in one direction, like they had a one-track mind and they was so focused on going in one particular direction, where there were, and then if you, okay, so those people were on 5th Avenue. So let's say if you go back a street, let's say if you go back to like maybe 4th Street, and on 4th Street, because remember, when you cross over the street, the energy changes, the intersection, the energy changes, because that's how I saw it. So I saw like on 4th Street, these people were living their life a different type of way. And these people who were living their different type of way, it was just like, I don't know, I kind of just got the feeling like they was just living life in a sense. And it was in a sense of just kind of going with the flow of life, and just kind of going with the flow of life, you know, because what was interesting in that dream was I saw people like sitting outside, like at a cafe, and they was just like, you know, eating outside, but it wasn't just one person. It seemed like it was very crowded sitting outside, but there was somehow I knew that, somehow I managed to see that, you know, someone was turning back and looking over their shoulder. But the difference between these two groups of people were, the one who was on 4th Avenue, they were just kind of, you know, functioning kind of like as usual. But then the people over on 5th Avenue, everybody was facing one particular direction. It was almost like, what I'm hearing Spirit say, it's almost like they were like, I don't know if I say like programmed in a sense, or zombie-like in a sense. Like I remember seeing like a man sitting like in a classical car, but he kind of reminded me of like a reptilian type, like the little thing from Rango or whatever, sitting in a car. But he was sitting in like this classical car that kind of sit up high, and the wind just kind of goes through it. And it has like a canopy top that you can let the top down and, you know, pull the top back. And it really, I guess it was like the little SUVs back in the day. But when I say classical, I mean like classical. If you think about, thank you, Spirit. If you think about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, that car in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, it was kind of like that he was sitting in traffic. But again, everybody was focused on one direction, and that was just looking, everybody was looking the same direction, where again, over on 4th Street, everybody was just kind of living their life. But anyway, so with all that being said, I say all that to say, before crossing over to the when I saw 5th Avenue, where everybody was looking one direction, it just so happened that my attention took place up in the sky. So when I looked up in the sky, I saw like an angel that was up in the sky. And as I saw the angel, I was trying to remember if it was in the form of, because I kind of got the feeling like it was in the form of a real angel, but it was kind of shaped, but it was more cloaked in a cloud, like, if that makes sense. Like the cloud was kind of, you know, cloaking the angel, but you knew an angel was there. And I was just like, oh, so amazing. But there was something else that was taking place up in the sky too. And that one happened so briefly. It's like, I kind of got a feeling like it was some sort of sign that was like next to it. I can't quite remember that one, but I do remember specifically seeing an angel or whatever. So keep that in mind as well too. So I know there was one particular year, like in 2018 and 2019, I was doing a lot of looking up in the sky for some particular reason. I mean, I saw a lot of different things, you know, in the skies, you know, just the cloud changes, how, you know, Spirit was just talking to me, you know, just with the different shapes. But I feel like it's very important right now that you guys should just probably just pay attention to what's going on in the sky. So I'm not really sure exactly what that's about, but as I said before, I saw like the angel or whatever. But just keep that in mind. Something is about to take place. What exactly it is, I don't know. But I do know there was dividing in people. So however it takes place, I don't know the details of that as well either. I'm just showing you what I saw. So be ready for that. Which is so funny that I say be ready for that, because the next dream, the second one, I didn't have a dream. Well, it was a dream, but sometimes I hear things audibly in the dream rather than actually seeing it. There was a couple of times I heard like an accident take place in a dream, and then next thing you know, I had saw in like I think I saw that was that year where I saw the pile up of the on the Beltway. I can't remember where it was at. I think it was during the winter time. A big pile up where I think a lot of car pile up on the freeway. That was back in, was that January or February of 2021? Anyway, so I heard like an accident taking place, and I knew it was like a car pile up, but I just didn't know the full details of it. But anyway, then I saw that big event that had happened, and I only saw that just because what happened? I can't remember if I saw that through the weather channel, because I don't watch, you know, like NBC News or, you know, CNN or just the regular news. I don't watch that stuff. So sometimes I don't know about certain things unless my kids come tell me, or unless I see something on the weather app. So yeah, I was audio. I knew that there was like a car pile up in regards to accident, but I didn't know location or, you know, where it's happening at, and so on and so on. But then there was a situation that also heard an explosion take place as well too. And then I remember that explosion that took place over in the Middle East. So sometimes I hear things in my dreams as well too, but I don't necessarily know where they're taking place at. So anyway, this one was a dream, but I heard audibly to get ready. Whatever that means for you, get ready. Get ready. Get ready. That's all I can just tell you. It was so loud. It was so clear. Just said, get ready. And it's funny because I usually share my dreams with my daughter, and she was like, well, wait, Mom, well, how was the sound of the get ready? Was it a sound of something to be watchful for? Was it something excited to be excited for? It just said, get ready. And I'm saying it just how it said, get ready. That's it. So it came in that. So I can't give you no details on that either. So it's just to be mindful of what I'm hearing Spirit say. Just get ready, because for certain people, it's gonna be different for everybody, and it just depends on, you know, what you have sown or put out is what you're gonna reap in return. So in other words, if you have been obedient to what God has been asking you to do, then, you know, of course, expect good karma to come back. But, you know, if you've been doing things, you know, that you shouldn't have been doing, and this is not for me to cause anyone to fear, but it is what it is. You know, let's just say that karma knows people's address. Let me just say that, because I've been telling you guys before, it's your intention behind the things that you do. It's not what you do, it's your intentions. You know, like, do you have evil intentions when you're doing stuff? Are you coming from a place of hatred when you're doing stuff? Are you coming from a place of trying to manipulate? Are you coming from a place of trying to control? Are you coming from a place that you're trying to take advantage of somebody? So those are things to keep in mind as well too. So if your heart has not been in that place to the point of you doing any of those things, then, you know, you shouldn't pretty much have too much to worry about. So anyway, so let's move on to the next dream. So the next dream came in a form of, okay, so for some of you guys, what I heard Spirit at telling me earlier was either some of you guys are natural healers and you probably don't even know about it, and some of you may be healers and you do know about it. So this is something to keep in mind too, because it's almost like you're going to find yourself going someplace, and because it came in a form of me going into like this man's place of business, should I say, and it was just like myself and him in there, but I was purchasing something inside his shop in a sense. And then as I was in there and I was purchasing whatever it was I was about to purchase, basically before I was about to leave, before I got ready to leave, he had told me thank you, that he noticed the difference within himself or whatever, because basically it's like, it was almost like whatever it was that he might have been going through, thank you, Spirit, whatever it was that he might have been going through, he knew that he was possibly going through something. He was in a situation that he probably absolutely, what I'm hearing is two things. Either he had no idea that I was a spiritual healer, should I say, or he had the idea that I was a spiritual healer, but he didn't take advantage of the situation. In other words, you guys heard me saying before that sometimes people try to dump their stuff off on, you know, people. People sometimes try to dump their stuff off on people, should I say, and they do it intentionally because they don't want to put in that work. So apparently whatever this man need healing for in whatever shape or form, he obviously felt the shift when I was there in his presence. So with that being said, he basically had said thank you to me before I got ready to go out the door, because he was just basically saying that he had noticed the difference, you know, while I was there in his presence. He noticed the difference within himself. So that was it for that message. So I don't know who needs to hear that. So keep in mind, but the Spirit was also telling me this early as well too. And if you don't, sometimes, okay, here's a way to kind of know. If you guys have ever been a place and you always seem to go somewhere and then you notice that the crowd kind of comes behind you in a sense, and the crowd kind of comes behind you, and it seems like it happens all the time. Like you can go to a place, it can be absolutely empty, then all of a sudden you see all these people coming. That's a sign that you may be possibly a healer or whatever the case may be. So keep that in mind as well too. Let's see, am I going to use this one here? Okay, so I'm gonna, we're at 13 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one here, and then the last one, I'm gonna re-record the last one separately. Actually, no, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to leave this one here. So anyway, I'll just pick the rest of them up in a separate video. But anyway, I wish you all much love, much light. So just look for the next video with me wearing the same thing. I'm just recording them all in the same day, but just putting them in two separate videos. I'm trying to keep these videos from being very, very long as they had been. And you notice I've kind of pulled back on the cards or whatever the case may be, because I was being divinely guided to do that as well too. Anyway, I kind of felt the shift for me to do so for no particular reason. Sometimes I do things just not quite sure, but then I also felt like divine spirit like is just saying, just hold off on that right now, whatever the case may be. So anyway, with all that being said, I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to pick up the next prophetic messages in the next video. So I'm wishing y'all much love, much light, and peace and blessings. Bye.